Hello folks, Bodro here. I'm not exactly sure you would want to see this quality, but you'll be able to distinguish the cards and so forth, so it should be more or less fine for you. But yeah, if you don't like the resolution that you see, please consult the doctor. I'm joking. So that's Eldrazi Stompy versus Jund. Well, not Jund, kind of. Anyways, Elf Ball combo with some spicy sideboard that features lots of nice things. So this member is not particularly amazing against elves, so I don't want to bring a needle. It does hinder all those untapped elves. Wretched Bombs is an easy side in, so is Always Dust, though it might be a bit too slow. This member is a bit of a liability, because you're technically playing against a aggro deck. In essence, it's not gonna be like all that painful to take a couple of reshapers, that's for sure. But yeah, there is a chance that maybe I'm supposed to bring in all this dust, but then again, this matchup is so quick. Unfortunately, stuff like Torrent of Amethyst is not amazing. I would love to have something like Arcane Laboratory or Canonist or something like that, but nope. No access to things like that. So just a couple of bombs and needles over a couple of reshapers and dismembers. And I think he'd be bringing in, well, definitely Abrupt Decays for my Chalice, because that just kills him. And then Blood Moons, I guess. So at least those four he's gonna side in. I think he might have already done so. There we go. Just adjusting the stuff. Oh else? Not many things could make this tape worse, but yeah. The games themselves were actually rather interesting, and you can actually see the cards, so bear with me. And it's not a super unrare matchup, technically. Those decks still see play. In fact. Yeah. And this build is actually a bit better against elves. It's just a bit more aggressive. Meaning that you're not gonna leave them too much time if you have like some stopper like Chalice early on. Meaning that against the slower version of Eldrazi's, Elves might eventually actually catch up in the race, but here they won't have such a luxury at all. So yeah, we sideboarded. Thought I still had one more matchup like against Chant Supernatural, but doesn't seem like I do, but that's alright. That is alright. I've played that matchup before. I think you can find it in the Legacy playlist. As well as all other matchups. Okay, not a bad start. Pinglehaven into Greenstone Zenith for Dryad Arbor. My turn 1 was not amazing. Not only did I not have a turn 1 play, but my land was Mishra's Factory. I think right now I actually kept one Mishra's Factory and substituted this one for Waste. paths do happen sometimes, and just wants that small incremental chance of drawing a basic at the right time against blood moons and such. So Wretched Bomb on my turn 2. Actually right away took out Dried Arbor. I think that was the correct play. Okay, here is the Sentinel plus the replacement Dried Arbor because he plays 2. Here's the Warping Well that gets rid of that one. And the land for the turn Wasteland gets destroying the Pendelhaven. And now he's slightly behind. Here's a Sentinel, here is a Cradle that ups for 1 into Deathrite Shaman. That is actually pretty good here. So he actually rebuilt himself rather nicely, but I still think I had to go for that line of play. Here's a Carcass, that doesn't do quite a lot here. Not all that much. Here's just an Eldrazi Mimic and passing the turn. Sentinel doesn't untap yet. I know he does, yeah, because he did play the Deathrite last turn. Yeah, I'm hoping for some kind of action here. Just on 3 mana still, with a Smasher in hand and another Cavern. Okay, makes me exile lands, gets a mana with Deathrite, gets 2 from the Cradle, or what is it? Yeah, so played the Glimpse, played the Visionary, played the land for the turn. So he gets another creature here. That'll be ideal for him. Attacking with the Sentinel. Feels like he bricked on a creature from Visionary. No, he didn't. Second Deathrite, draw a card from the Glimpse. So now, yeah, so he's in a pretty good shape here. And I'm not. Just a second Cavern. I do have Mishra's Factory to block. Well, okay, here is the footnotes here. To try to get rid of something real nasty. Have to take the Blood Moon, probably. Like, he doesn't have creatures in hand for the Glimpse to actually matter. Not sure if I should have attacked with the Mimic, but since it's 4-4 this turn, I think it was the right idea. He can't really attack with everything now, with footnotes here blocking the way. And next turn Smasher, and perhaps even attack with everything. Have to try to push for damage because I can't give him all that much time. Because eventually he will accumulate enough of board presence and perhaps even kind of go off and cycle through a good portion of the deck to get enough mana to get to the Crater Hoof. And then that just would be it. So he has essentially 4, 5, up to 7 mana if he wants to. Okay, here's a Glimpse. Here's a Ranger. Draw from that. Because of the Glimpse. Let's see if he managed to draw another creature. Not sure. I don't think he did. Returns the lands to untap the first Deathrite. That allows him to play land for the turn. Mana from Cradle plus the Deathrite to cast Blood Moon. Drops a forest that he bounced earlier. Well, and just pass the turn. Yeah, the moon is nasty. I think that's the second one. Okay, I was somewhat lucky with the Endless one that I was able to cast. So yeah, I have to push for damage here. Not sure if I should have attacked with the Thought Not, but that would mean he would trade at least 2 creatures for it. And that means like less mana with the Cradle as well. He can't bounce any creatures, at least. Only untapping. So he's gonna trade with Deathrite, it seems. Nothing to exile really. Well, he can exile his own Dried Arbor, but that's extra mana. to gain some life, because he doesn't have access to black. Not sure I would have done this, but then again he doesn't need all that much mana. Maybe just to cast something like a Brabdiki, for example. My Mishra's Factory doesn't do anything now, so that's a bummer. Okay, here's this replacement Sentinel and just passing the turn. I'm in kind of rough shape here, because he could have potentially a lot of really nasty top decks. Have to attack with the Endless, but yeah, because I can't just sit there. He solemnly takes it, just gonna exile a creature, and the turn to gain couple lives back. That's fine. What's next? What is next? Okay, cracking in with those two. Yeah, I could see that being a thing. Though maybe I wouldn't have attacked with Visionary like that, but I guess he understands that I'd probably trade in the Mimic for the Sentinel. Though I'm not exactly sure. Maybe I should have just taken all the damage. But then again, he can untap whatever guys he wants, so that he can block on my turn. Chalice for one, a little bit too late, but it could still do things. It could still help me. Goes for crop, eating the cradle to what? To get this replacement? That would be weird. There are no other like real good options here. Well, he could get a I don't know. Okay, gets a replacement cradle. Yeah, it doesn't actually do anything. So he's just thinning the deck. I know. Basically he's responding because then he can't cast a crop, and then it's stuck in his hand. And he simply just wants to have less lands in the deck. So that's he's less likely to draw blanks. Okay, made me exile my creature. So he's still at 8, I'm at 15. Still could be either player's game, but then again, I don't think I had that single wastes. That Mishra's Factory would have been wastes. And then I would be able to actually win the game here, if it was the waste and not Mishra's Factory. I think it's kind of correct to have like 1 manland, 1 wastes, but I could be wrong. I got a small feeling that I might want 2 wastes there instead of both factories, because the factory thing is not gonna come up like all that often, and I think the non-basic hates will be much more prevalent. So yeah, I don't have blocker, so he can attack for a little bit and then still untap something on my turn to block the Endless, if he wants to, if he would feel threatened. Yeah. So yeah, everybody basically runs Wastelands, and you generally have enough of good plays each turn. So yeah, perhaps that's the further change I will make. It's incremental, but going from 1 up to 2 might actually make a pretty good difference in games like this. So he can safely attack in, 3 damage, mana into pool, untapping the Death Right. He could have dropped that land, but well, okay, exiling the creature. Goes back to 10. Just doesn't want to block anything. Well, he could still do that actually on my turn if he really wants to, but I don't think he does. He just takes it and goes to 5. Another Visionary. I still can't cast anything without basics. Okay, replacement Cradle. It's a mountain. Well, another Visionary. Oh yeah, he did tap mana the right way. Yeah, just more contripping, more small incremental damage. Now he just jumps blocks and keeps on attacking and gaining life when actually needed. So yeah, he's properly safe if I don't draw anything that matters. I'm on the 5. Let's say I drop some land here if I drew any. Then if I draw less dust, yeah, I probably should have brought it in. Feels like it would be actually a lifesaver. Still just one land away from it, but then again, he's unlikely to kill me this turn. But next turn probably. And all his dust clears up everything, including that nasty Blood Moon. So perhaps should have taken out perhaps should have taken out another Reshaper, I think. Yeah, I still don't think this member is worth keeping in the deck after Sideboard. Couple needles are still probably good. Death Rides, Ranger, Symbiotes. Enough targets, I guess. Though maybe a bit too random. But then again, I think the impact is large enough to actually cut some creatures for it. Because I don't need that many to actually close out the game. There is a Taiga. Still can't cast anything. And I'm just dying next turn. Oh, he doesn't have black mana though, but he just attacks with what, with everything perhaps? I know, wait a minute. Wait a minute, so that's 5, 6 mana. If he bounces Forest, untap Skiing. Okay, 2 bounce. Do it again. Yeah, hoof. Hoof, there it is. Yeah, throwing it in my face. Like a true friend does. Haha. Yeah, that was a lengthy game, but I kinda liked it, so I hope you liked it as well. So that was a post-Cyber game. You can check the pre-boarded games as well, and the whole playlist. So until the next time, don't forget to subscribe. Cheers, folks.